Yeah, welcome students to this another session of accounts. In the previous two lectures, we have discussed about introduction and receipt and payment account. In this lecture, we will discuss about balance sheet. So we are done with introduction, receipt and payment account, and income and expenditure account. You see what is balance sheet? Balance sheet is a statement showing the financial position of a concern on a particular date. In the non-profit organization, not-for-profit organization, balance sheet have a similar meaning, and it is similar to the balance sheet of a sole trader or a partnership firm. In balance sheet, only capital receipt and capital expenditures are shown. It is prepared to know the financial position. Now the new thing in the balance sheet of NPO is capital fund. What is capital fund? It is an excess of asset over liabilities. I will explain you with the help of numericals. You see, in 11th class, you have studied single entry system in which you used to prepare opening statement of affair and closing statement of affair. In it, from the total of asset, you used to minus total of liabilities, and the balancing figure which you got you used to term is at opening capital or closing capital, whatever the case may be. In NPO also, capital fund is arrived at in a similar manner. Let us understand with the help of an example, page number 95 of your textbook, page number 95. You see a numerical is given. The following balances are given on 1st April 2018. So these are the opening balances, or you can say the closing balances of March 2018. Building fund. What is building fund? When you come across building fund, don't imagine it as an asset and write in the asset side of the balance sheet. Building fund, when along with building, a fund is there. Fund is written. So it means you have received this amount, and you have received this amount for a particular purpose. So it is a liability of the concern, and you will have to write it in the liability side. Bank overdraft is a liability. Now this land is an asset. Sport material is an asset. Outstanding subscription, which means you have not yet received this subscription, so it is your asset. Let us put this figure in the balance sheet. Building fund. Building fund, as I explained you, it is an liability. So building fund, it is a liability, 47,000. Next was bank overdraft. I remember bank overdraft. Bank overdraft, the amount is 32,000. So the amount is 32,000. Then you have land, 1,50,000. Land, 1,50,000. Then you have sports material, 30,000. Sports material, 30,000. You have outstanding subscription, 2,500. It is an asset. Outstanding Subscription, I remember it is 2,500, and then it is 4,000. 4,000 it is for the year 16, 17, and another one is for the year 17, 18. 17, 18. So we have written all the assets and all the liabilities, sports material, and all these things. 4 things we have written. Now we make a total of this. The total comes to 1 lakh. 1 minute. One thing we have not written. You see, these balances we are given. Now we have receipt and payment account. In receipt and payment account, opening balances of, we have receipt and payment account of the year 1890. So what is the opening balance become the closing balance of March 2018. So the opening balance of cash was 5,000 rupees. It was 5,000 rupees cash. So this 5,000 cash is an asset. We have written it on the asset side. So now we get the total is 1,91,500. Out of the asset total, we will have to subtract 79,000. We will have to subtract 79,000. So it comes to 1,12,500. This 1,12,500 is capital fund. It is capital fund. And this capital fund is very much similar to the capital of sole proprietorship and capital of partnership firm. Here we will write 1,91,500. I have taken this numerical to explain you how we calculate capital fund. You see, sometimes you will be given the closing figure of assets. You will be given the opening figures of asset and the opening figures of liability. Now you will not be given this amount, so you have to calculate the opening capital fund amount. The opening capital fund amount is similar to the opening capital which you used to calculate in your 12th class single entry system. So this way you will arrive at the opening capital fund. I hope now the matter is clear. So this was about the capital fund. In this way, you will calculate capital fund if required. Most of the time it will be given in the question, but anytime the examiner may ask you to calculate, the question may ask you to calculate the capital fund, then you will have to calculate the capital fund in this particular manner. Now, in the balance sheet, some adjustments are to be done. There are certain implied adjustment, there are certain express adjustment. Implied adjustment are also known as hidden adjustment. We have in depth studied all these adjustment. Let us, since they are given, let us once again revise them. Rent 11 months, it is 11,000. You very well know in profit and loss account, in NPO it will be income and expenditure account. We have to write the expenditure of 12 months. So here in the bracket 11 month expenditure are given. We will calculate the expenditure of 12 months. So 11,000 divided by 11 will come to 1,000 per month. So 1 month expenditure we have not paid. We will add to 11,000, and 11,000 plus 1,000, 12,000 we will show in the expenditure side of income and expenditure account, and 1,000 outstanding we will show in the liability side of the balance sheet. 10% loan from Bank of India taken on 1st January. So January, February, March, 3 month interest we will have to write in the expenditure side of income and expenditure account. we will have to calculate on 20,000, 10%, 3-month interest, and 3-month interest we will write in the expenditure side, and in the liability side also we will add to 20,000 3-month outstanding interest. Leasehold for 10 years and it is from 1st April. What does it mean? The term of the lease is 10 years and the amount is 1 lakh. So 1 lakh is your asset, but it has to be written off during a period of 10 years. So each year you will have to write 10,000 in the expenditure side of income and expenditure account, and in the asset side out of 1 lakh you will subtract 10,000 in the first year, and in the outer column of the asset you will write 90,000. Sale proceed of the furniture 7,500. The book value is 7,500 and the sale value is 8,000. So out of 8,000 you will subtract book value, and 500 is your income, is your profit on sale of furniture. 500 you will write in the income side of income and expenditure account, and from the asset you will subtract 7,500 from the furniture. So these were some of the implied adjustment I have explained you. You have already done it in the final account of partnership firm. Capital fund is shown on the liability side. I have already explained you. And in the capital fund, if any surplus is there, it will be added. If deficit is there, it is subtracted. What is surplus? It is similar to profit. And what is deficit? It is similar to loss. Only the terms are changed in it, not for profit organization. Surplus is added and deficit is subtracted. Now, this is how the balance sheet of NPO looks like. Let us discuss. There are many new terms in it. Let me explain you one by one. Capital fund, I have already explained you how it is calculated. Then donation. If you receive some donation and in the question it is given that this donation is to be capitalized, then you will add that donation to the capital fund. Entrance fees. Entrance fees is received once in lifetime when the member join the NPO. If nothing is mentioned in the question, you will add entrance fees to the capital fund. But if in the question it is given that 70% is to be capitalized and 30% is revenue. So 70% you will add in the capital fund and 30% you will show in the income side of the income and expenditure account. If surplus is there, it will be added. Deficit is there, it will be subtracted, and the balance will appear in the outer column. Now building fund. If some person or if some external agency gives some amount to NPO and that amount is to be utilized for construction of building, that amount is shown or credited to building fund account and it is shown in the liability side of the balance sheet. When you utilize this fund, the amount which you have utilized will be subtracted from this, and building will, and that amount utilized will be shown in building will be shown in the asset side. Suppose 1 lakh you have received for building fund and 50,000 you have utilized. So out of 1 lakh you will subtract 50,000 and that 50,000 you will show in the asset side of the balance sheet. Now a new term is there, endowment fund. Endowment fund means it is an amount received as a gift, the income of which is to be utilized for a particular purpose, like for giving a scholarship or for distributing the prize. So if you receive some amount and the income out of that amount will be invested somewhere and the income will be utilized for a particular purpose, that amount is credited to endowment fund, and endowment fund is shown in the liability side of the balance sheet. Then tournament and a specific and charity fund. You receive some amount for organizing a tournament, it will be shown under the head tournament fund. You receive some amount for a special purpose it will be credited to special fund. You receive some amount for doing some charity, for distributing COVID medicine, for distributing rations to the poor, it will be credited to charity fund. Then sundry creditors. The amount payable to your suppliers are shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. Bank overdraft, amount borrowed from the bank in the current account is your liability. It is shown in the liability side of the balance sheet. Other loan, it is shown, it is an amount that you have to pay to the outsider. It is shown in the liability side of the balance sheet. Then outstanding expenses, expenses incurred but not paid are your liabilities, and it will appear in the liability side. Pre-received income, income received but not earned. Since you have not earned them but you have received, they are your liability, and it will be shown in the liability side of the balance sheet. Life membership fees, when a new member come in, some organization make them pay life membership fees. It is paid only once in life. It is credited to life membership fees and appear in the liability side of the balance sheet. Now let us take the asset side. Cash in hand at cash at bank are your asset. If you have taken fixed deposit with the bank, it is your asset. Investment is your asset. Amount receivable from your customers, debtors, they are your asset. Land, building, furniture, plant and machinery, equipment, playground, motor vehicle are all your asset. They are your property owned. So all the property owned by the concern is their asset. Library books. You see, generally charitable institution like school, colleges, medical colleges, they are run for charitable purpose. So when they purchase books, the books are their asset. It will be shown in the asset side of the balance sheet. But if in the question it is mentioned that books are to be written off, then you will write the books in the income and expenditure account, expenditure side. But if nothing is given, you have to show it in the balance sheet, asset side. Then stock of sport material, stationery, drugs, means medicine, they are all your asset and shown in the asset side. Loans given, loans and advances are your asset. Accrued interest, interest earned but not received is your asset. Prepaid expenses, expenses paid in advance, asset are your assets. Outstanding income, income earned but not received, they are your asset. They are shown on the liability side. If some surplus is there, it is added to the capital fund, and if some deficit is there, it is subtracted. Now some other adjustment, let us look into them one by one. Outstanding expenses, expenses incurred but not paid. All the adjustment given have two effects. You will add the amount of outstanding expenses to a particular head of expenditure which is outstanding in the expenditure, income and expenditure account, expenditure side, and the second effect, you will have to show it as an outstanding liability in the balance sheet liability side. Prepaid expenses, expenses paid in advance. You have paid but not incurred. So you have to bring down your expenses. You will subtract it from the expenses that are prepaid. And the second effect, you will have to show it in the asset side of your balance sheet. Income due but not received, accrued income or outstanding income. You will have to increase your income. You will have to add your outstanding income or accrued income to the income item and show it in the income side of your income and expenditure account, and the second effect will be you have to show it as an asset in the asset side of the balance sheet. Income received in advance. What you receive in advance is your liability. You will have to, one effect will be you will have to subtract from your particular income in income and expenditure account, income side, and the second effect will be you have to show it as a liability in the balance sheet. Then subscription received in advance. You see, subscription we have discussed in length in the previous lecture. In the second lecture, subscription can be classified. Subscription of the current year received in the current year, it will be shown in the income side of income and expenditure account. Subscription of the previous year received in the current year. If some subscription of the previous year you are receiving in this year, you will subtract from the subscription amount. Then subscription of the next year received in current year. This also next year subscription if you have received, it is known as subscription received in advance. You will have to subtract it and show it as a liability in the liability side of the balance sheet. Subscription of the current year is outstanding. You will have to add to the subscription in income and expenditure account, and the second effect will be you will have to show it as an asset. Depreciation is an expenditure loss. It will be shown, one effect will be shown as an loss in the expenditure side of income and expenditure account, and the second effect will be it will be deducted from that particular asset in the balance sheet. Entrance fees. I have already explained you if it is given in the question. Generally, if nothing is given, entrance fees will be added to the capital fund. But if it is mentioned in the question that particular portion of the particular percentage of the entrance fees is to be capitalized and rest is to be treated as revenue, then that particular percentage will be added to capital fund and remaining will be shown in the income side of income and expenditure account that we have discussed. Then if some donation are received for general purposes, they are treated as an income and shown as an income in the income side of income and expenditure account. And if the donation is received for some specific means, अगर वो particular purpose के लिए मिलते हैं तो उनको फिर अपन बैलेंस शीट में लायबिलिटी साइड में दिखाते हैं. उसके बाद स्टॉक ऑफ स्टेशनरी जो अपन ने प्रीवियस लेक्चर में देखा अपन कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं. कंजम्पशन ऑफ स्टॉक या मेडिसिन ये अपन ने अच्छी तरह से देखा है. ओपनिंग बैलेंस मैंने अभी आपको समझाया. अपन ओपनिंग बैलेंस ऑफ कैपिटल फंड कैसे निकालते हैं मैंने अभी आपको शुरू में समझाया. देन ये अपन एंट्रेंस फीस और सब्सक्रिप्शन डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. लेगेसी मींस गिफ्ट रिसीव्ड अंडर अ विल. ये इस बार के 2020 के एग्जाम में पूछा गया था कि लेगेसी का मतलब क्या होता है. इट मीन गिफ्ट रिसीव्ड अंडर अ विल. अगर ये जनरल पर्पस के लिए है तो इनकम है, इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर में आएगी. और अगर ये पर्टिकुलर पर्पस के लिए है तो इसे कैपिटल रिसीट माना जाएगा और बैलेंस शीट की लायबिलिटी साइड में दिखाएंगे. लाइफ मेंबरशिप फीस एक बार ही मिलती है लाइफ टाइम में. इसको आप बैलेंस शीट में लायबिलिटी साइड में दिखाएंगे. और सेल ऑफ ओल्ड असेट. अगर कोई पुराना असेट बेचा है तो पुराना असेट बेचा है अगर सेल्स वैल्यू, इसको भी एग्जांपल से समझते हैं. पुराना असेट बेचा है 1 लाख रुपए में बेचा है, उसकी आपकी बुक वैल्यू 90,000 रुपया है. तो 1 लाख में से 90,000 माइनस करा तो 10,000 का प्रॉफिट आया. इस प्रॉफिट को 10,000 को आप इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर में इनकम साइड में बताएंगे और जो बुक वैल्यू है उसको बैलेंस शीट में असेट में से माइनस करेंगे. आई होप द मैटर इज क्लियर. सेल ऑफ स्क्रैप. स्क्रैप का मतलब क्या होता है? भंगार. जो असेट की यूजफुल लाइफ के बाद जो बच जाता है, जिसका कोई यूज नहीं होता, उसे भंगार बोलते हैं। भंगार को बेच के कोई इनकम होती है तो उसे इनकम में बताते हैं, इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर के इनकम साइड में बताते हैं। सिमिलरली एंडाउमेंट फंड का मैं आपको समझा चुका हूं। अगर आपको कोई पैसा मिलता है जिसकी इनकम को पर्टिकुलर पर्पस के लिए, द इनकम ऑफ दिस फंड इज फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर पर्पस, तो ये आपकी लाइबिलिटी है, इसे आप एंडाउमेंट फंड को लाइबिलिटी साइड में बताते हैं। सो स्टूडेंट्स, मैंने आपको बैलेंस शीट में, एनपीओ की बैलेंस शीट में कई नए टर्म्स आए, सब अपन ने अच्छे से देखे हैं। प्लीज अब आप पहला लेक्चर इंट्रोडक्शन और रिसीट एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट, सेकंड लेक्चर इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट, और ये तीसरा लेक्चर बैलेंस शीट का, ये अच्छी तरीके से देखिए। अब मैं आपको अगला वीडियो मंडे को ही पोस्ट करूंगा, तो आपके पास सफिशिएंट 4 दिन का टाइम है। आप 4 दिन अच्छे से इन लेक्चर्स को समझिए, और नेक्स्ट लेक्चर से मैं न्यूमेरिकल लूंगा। आप इस बात को अपने दिमाग में रखें कि इस चैप्टर में से 12 मार्क का कंपलसरी क्वेश्चन आता है और 3 से 4 मार्क का आपको ऑब्जेक्टिव इस चैप्टर में से मिलेंगे। तो इस चैप्टर के इम्पोर्टेंस को समझिए और इसको अच्छे से करिए। ये आपका कंपलसरी क्वेश्चन है, इसे आप ऑप्शन में नहीं छोड़ सकते, और अपन को ऑप्शन में कुछ भी नहीं छोड़ना है, अच्छे से सब कुछ पढ़ना है। तो बच्चों, पढ़ते रहिए, सेफ रहिए। थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग।